La ilaha. You know what does that mean, La ilaha illallah? And what does it mean to hold to La ilaha illallah? See, from Sahaba we can quote thousands of examples. Let me give an example of our recent time. Allah has not put you and me to the test the way some of our Muslim brothers in other parts of the world have been examined, and inshallah they have passed this test from what appears. There is a report that was published in the Guardian newspaper on 1st October 2015. This report appeared on 1st October 2015 in the Guardian newspaper. And the report said that an anonymous photographer who was the army man of Syrian Bashar al-Assad army, a Syrian Bashar al-Assad army man, anonymous army man who is today known to the world by an anonymous name called Caesar. He is only known as Caesar. We don't know his original name. What was his job? So his job there was to photograph all those people arrested by Bashar al-Assad's army and brought into the detained center, and whatever condition they are, his job was to photograph them. The story runs long. He says, in the initial days, it were 5 to 10 people. In 2011, when this problem started, 5 to 10 people were being arrested. Who were these people? The Sunni Muslims. Then what happened? The number doubled. It multiplied into 10 folds. Hundreds started to come. Then thousands started to come, to the level that now, the way they were coming, they were being loaded in the truck, dead bodies of Sunni Muslims, and being dumped. Loads of trucks coming with the bodies of Sunni Muslims being unloaded here, and his job was to take photographs. And he says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in my heart, my nights became nightmares now. The way I was taking pictures, the brutality with which they were killed, the way they were being treated and mutilated. The Guardian, 1st October 2015 report. The way they were treating the dead bodies. In nights, I was like screaming to myself, as if the dead bodies were screaming to me and saying, on day of judgment you will suffer. On day of judgment you will suffer. Do you know what you are doing? And this finally moved me. But it was a high security zone. Somehow Allah helped him. He came in touch with somebody who said, I will copy all the data and will make sure that we transfer this data to the United Nations. And these two people, finally, they managed to escape. When they managed to escape, they got an opportunity to hide in a house. And why did I say this whole story, you know? I wanted to say the importance of La ilaha illallah. And when I said, when we say we hold to it, what does it mean to hold to it? They said when we were in that house, we had a small hole in the house, we were peeping out of it. 3 days, 3 nights we were in that house. We were peeping out of it on one day, and we saw a teenager who was playing there, and suddenly Bashar al-Assad's army men, they came. They put the AK-47 or a revolver or whatever it is on his point blank temple on the head, and they said, say La ilaha illa Bashar. Nauzubillah. Not illallah. Say La ilaha illa Bashar. And this guy started to say La ilaha illallah. I'm not going to say. They fired him. Did Allah test you and me this way? And if this really happens to us, it doesn't look so scary because we heard a story. But if it happens to you and me, Allah knows what we will do. We are on the lip service of saying La ilaha illallah. Have we stood to it? Allah didn't even test us in that. Allah did not even test us, and amongst us are so many that before Allah testing us, they have removed their beards, started to wear below the ankle, they have removed their hijab because they are afraid you can be attacked because you are a Muslim. Allah hasn't tested us, Yaqi.